everyone, it's Cassie
and Callie,
and today we are going to talk to you about the importance of having a great relationship with your parents.
Yes.
Your classroom parents.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Your regular parents, you should have a good relationship with them too.
So we're going to start off by saying how it is important to start from before day one of school, actually. So we think it would be a great idea to start building a good relationship with a parent by sending a note home, or maybe a phone call home, or an email, whatever it may be, to the parent, letting them know how thankful you are to be their child's teacher this school year.
In all of my kids' years in school, I've only got that from one teacher. And that
I almost said I've never gotten that, but
you gotta have kids first. But I've only had that happen to me one time from all the years that my kids have been in school. And that one time stuck out.
I was about to say, notice it made a difference.
Yeah.
If you still think about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it is great. Before school even starts, get your roster. Try to call as many parents as you can during that time. If school already has started, it's not too late. You can start building that relationship right now.
Or maybe even if your school has a meet the teacher, you could even send like a little thank you note or something saying, it was so nice meeting you. I can't wait to have Hannah in my class this year. Something like that, just to get the ball rolling and knowing that the child's parents know that their teacher is going to care about their kid.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's about caring.
Yeah. And
really, you're going to want to build relationships with your parents, because when you have good relationship with your parents, it makes your year go that much better and you're so much more supportive. Yeah. So anything you can do to invest in the first couple of weeks of school is going to have major payoffs. And we're going to talk a little bit about those payoffs at the end of this too. So we do have a couple freebies on the blog. This week's blog is all about building relationships and the importance of parent-teacher communication. The number one way you can build that relationship is through communication. Yep. So on the blog, you can read all about it, and of course, there are some awesome freebies that you can get.
Yeah. So one of them is a free homework survey, and this is something that you could send at the very beginning of the school year, or it could be a part of the welcome to my class after, or what we were just talking about, like a casual, hi, I can't wait to have your student in my class. You could send this home. It's a student homework survey. It's so awesome. And I mean, honestly, I wish I had one of these whenever I was teaching.
Yeah, it's important because when you send home something like this, what you're doing is validating your parents' concerns. So, we think of our students as students. Mm-hmm. They think of our students as children with lives outside of school. And so we know that they're in baseball or softball or gymnastics or church even. All of these extracurricular things take up their nights and their weekends. And so by sending home a survey, what you're telling them is that you care that their child has outside obligations and that you're willing to work with them. So that is one of the first things you can do to start building a good, strong relationship built on communication.
So you can find that located on the blog. It's a free download. And it's perfect, and it's so perfect to stick in to a weekly folder or something, or it's something to keep track of whenever you are doing a weekly folder or doing homework, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, it really is great whenever you know that your student has baseball till 9 o'clock on Tuesdays, because then you can send that Tuesday homework on Monday and give them a little extra time to work on it, and the parents will love you for taking that into your consideration.
Yeah. So another thing, so after sending all of this, you want to maintain that communication. So a good way to maintain communication is having a weekly folder, which yes, and if you were to open that up, there is a chart that keeps track, or that you can mark, and it keeps track of students. It could be behavior, it could be grades, something important, but it's weekly. It's a weekly thing that the parents can see visually and sign it. So if they're concerned about a grade, then they'll be aware of it right away. Or let's say Johnny made a
65.
Yeah, 65, and he you want to mark that down. That way the parent is notified right away. That way, whenever maybe progress report or report card comes around, they're not like, why is Johnny's grade so low?
Yes.
Well,
You've all had those surprise
parents,
conversations.
honestly, not all of the parents will check gradebook online.
No,
So,
I never
but
did.
if they have something that they have to sign every single week, they're going to see the grades. Or
and
maybe,
it's not even just the bad stuff.
yeah, or I was gonna say, or maybe it could be something like
Yeah.
a good note, like so and so went the extra mile and helped out.
She was a good friend today.
Yeah, exactly. So parents want to see that.
And they also want to see that you're noticing character traits of their child,
Yep.
not just academics. They want to know when Susie's been a good friend, or she worked really hard, or she overcame an obstacle. That's what they want to hear. They don't. Academics are usually secondary to
And
that
majority
kind
of
of
the
stuff.
time, kids are at school the whole day,
Mhm.
and so parents want to know about their day, whether it's bad or especially if it's good. So
You can get there is a 9-week version if you're on a nine week rotation, and there's a 6-week version too online, so that you
this
can
is a
use those
freebie.
right away. Yeah, it's free. Just go and get it and download it and start building communication.
Yep.
And so we talked about starting that communicating process right from the beginning, maintaining it, and then let's talk about parent-teacher conference, because that is the one time where you actually for sure have a communication with a parent. If you have waited until that point to tell them about the I know you can't say the ADD tendencies, so you try to say it in the nicest way possible, but if you wait until then to bring up behavior issues or grade issues,
It's just
you
gonna
have
cause a problem.
yeah, you've ruined that relationship
Yeah.
right there,
Yeah.
and you've broken that trust. And so don't wait until then. If you continue to build relationship, seeing their child like they see their child, loving their child like they do, then you're going to have all these benefits that come from that relationship.
So a good benefits that I saw were I really cared about each student, and the parents saw that, and I cared about the parents too. So when you care so much, parents are more willing to help you in your classroom, or
And they trust you.
they trust you. Exactly. So showing that you care and showing that you want to be in communication with these parents, because some teachers just want to avoid it. They do. And I mean, you have to realize you have these parents' kids in their classroom majority of the day. You see these kids more than their parents will see them.
And the
throughout
more
the school year.
positive interactions you have, the
Yes.
more positive interactions you get.
Yep.
You get little Post-its or little prizes like a
Or
cookie
you might
or
get
a
a Starbucks
donut or a
drink.
Starbucks out of the blue. Like
Yeah.
when the parents love you, they trust that you love their child. They're going to do anything to make your job easier.
And it really does make it a lot easier.
I mean, down to the point where if you have that kind of relationship, you can send home an email to your class parents that say, we're out of Kleenexes, and the next day you'll have people have brought them in. So the benefits to that are a lot. So we encourage you to be thinking right now at the beginning of school, what can you do to build those relationships?
Yeah.
If you read on the blog, there's a little bit about those parents that don't want a relationship, kind of work through some of that.
Yeah.
So we do encourage you to pop on there, read a little bit more, download those freebies, and then just have a great start to back to school.
And I mean, who doesn't want to know? I mean, right now I would honestly just send a message and saying, I'm so excited for the school year, even if it's that, because to me, like kind words like that, it's like, oh, it gets them excited and it makes them feel like good.
And speaking of that, we like the same thing. So while you're sending those notes to your parents, send us a note and say hi or tag us on Instagram or do some kind of interaction with us. We love it, and we will definitely interact back with you.
Yeah,
So
I think
that's
it. Yeah. So be sure to check out the blog post, and also you don't want to miss out on these freebies because they're amazing. So
all right, guys, y'all have a good week at school.
Oh yeah. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.